A very good morning to Puan Rosila. My name is Divashini Chandra. My metric number 42030022451. My title is Important Theory in Social Work. Now let's go for the introduction. Theory is a set of suggestions or principles that are formed to answer questions or give explanation of a research and phenomenon. The statement describes something and can be proven as it happens. Moreover, theory is a set of interrelated concept, definition and propositions that present a systematic view of phenomena by specifying relations among variables with the purpose of explaining and predicting phenomena. Now we are going to look at the importance of social work theories. First is to avoid social workers from making assumptions from their personal and professional experience. Second is help social workers understand the client's environment and give guidance. Third is an ethical and responsible social worker must be knowledgeable and need to appreciate social work value and practice. Now let's look at the theories. First theory is cognitive behavioral theory. Cognitive behavioral theory is a psychotherapeutic approach that uses a combination of behavioral and cognitive therapies that addresses dysfunctional emotions, maladaptive behaviors and cognitive processes through our goal-directed and systematic procedures. And then cognitive behavioral theory aims to teach people that it is possible to have control over their thoughts, feelings and behaviors. Thus, it helps the person to challenge and overcome automatic beliefs and use practical strategy to change or modify their behaviors. The second theory is social system theory. Individual is placed in the interdependent system. An effective system is based on individual needs, rewards, expectations and tributes of the people living in the system. According to this theory, families, couples and organization members are directly involved in resolving a problem even it is an individual issue. System thinking. System thinking is a discipline for seeing all rather than part, for seeing pattern of change rather than static snapshot, and for understanding the subtle interconnectedness that give living system their unique character. Third theory is social learning theory. Social learning theory is people learn from one another via observation, imitation and modeling. Moreover, attitude problems remains because of positive and negative reinforcement. The fourth theory is psychoanalytic theory. Psychodynamic theory holds that human behavior is primarily the function of reaction to internal stimuli, instincts, urges and thoughts. There are three false psychoanalytic theories which is conscious, current contents of your mind that you actively think of, working memory. Second is preconscious, contents of the mind you are not currently aware of. Thoughts, memories, knowledge, wishes. That is unconscious. Contents keep out of conscious awareness, not accessible at all. Last but not least, the last theory is psychosocial theory. In each stage, Erikson believed people experience a conflict that served as a turning point in development. If people successfully deal with the conflict, they emerge from the stage with psychological strengths that will serve them well for the rest of their life. If they fail to deal effectively with these conflicts, they may not develop the essential skill needed for the strong sense of self. There are 8 stages of psychosocial development. First stage is infancy. In this stage, trust versus mistrust. Second stage is early childhood. In this stage, autonomy versus shame and doubts. Third stage is preschool. In this stage, initiative versus guilty. Fourth stage is school age. In this stage, industry versus inferiority. Fifth place is adolescence. In this stage, identity versus role confusions. Sixth stage is young adulthood. Intimacy versus isolation in this stage. Seventh stage is middle adulthood. In this stage, generatively versus stagnations. Last stage, which is stage 8. In this stage, maturity. In this stage, ego, integrity versus despair. Now let's look at the theory related to social problems. First is theory symbolic interactionist. The theory states that there is no social problems as long as the influential politicians and leaders agree that it has no adverse effect on its community. Second is functional theory. Society is made up of several parts and intertwined with one another. Each division has its own role and must always work together for the community to function. Third is social pathology theory. Social problems arise from disease in society such as crime, violence and youth. It is associated with the collapse of family institution, religion, economics, educational and politician weakness. Fourth is conflict theory. Seeing the community is made up of many different groups and competing for resource. There is a huge gap in society after going to several stage of economy. One group has everything and the other is denied its rights. Finally, we came to the end. Conclusion. The application of theory enables social workers feel safer and knowledgeable in their work, reducing feeling of infactual and fear of the unknown. Thank you.